So we have Evan here who's going to try the spicy ramen challenge as well too. My victims keep piling up. But we'll see how he handles it. He's apparently had 6 million Scoville hot sauce before, so ooh. Anything after a million, you're going to die either way. So let's see what happens to him here.
Oh yeah, it's coming in. Takes a good second or so.
That's only the first bite. Keep eating. So
Yep.
where this thing gets you is
I
you
can already feel my face flustering up.
Yep.
It's
you
gonna turn red.
You gotta keep eating it, son. I will give it that. It actually does taste good. It's that spicy flavor where it does taste good. That's why I kept eating it. But then for me, the spice got in and I just couldn't anymore. I was suffering.
Good stuff.
Are you forcing yourself to... I'm gonna keep recording. Are you forcing yourself to be composed under the camera?
No. I mean, it's hot. Definitely it's hot. My nose is starting to run, but it's good.
I hate him.
Yeah, so I know I haven't recorded in a bit here. It's currently about 10:30 on Wednesday. Got my Burger King meal and Coke. I don't normally grab breakfast like this, but this is sometimes one way for me to just kind of wake up and just get the day started off on a better note. So last night, so the last 3 days, really, last 2 days, really. I know I probably should have shot videos. Probably will put the clip in of my montage, but this is what I've been working on. Getting the wall art for the the anime Tokyo Anime Cafe reface. So the wall was torn up from a previous vinyl being there, having to be we had to rip it off due to reasons. The wall was always so ugly that I always kept covering it up. And but now that we were converting this space into a cafe space, I was like, oh man, I really need to clean up that wall. And so I decided to finally do the wall art. Now I've had this artwork for about 2 weeks now, and I cut it over a week ago, and I just didn't get around to it just because the franchise work was ramping up. And it's going to ramp up, but I knew that I had a few days from the last deliverables I gave to the consulting company and the attorneys to get it done. And the thing is, I didn't want to regret not getting it done before I literally had no time to do this. So I just wanted to get this over because on top of that, more and more people have been coming. And I want the space to look the best way possible for potential franchisees as well as new customers. And not that they need it, but the better this, it's just more like I want the overall experience to be as perfect as possible as I can give it. And for me, I want to not regret not doing it. And I think it looks good so far. I don't know. You let me know. But yeah, no. Last night my watch died, so I had to put it aside to let it charge. And keep in mind, I didn't charge it for like 5 days, so it's a champ. And my phone was recording the time lapse of me putting up the image art, so I didn't realize what time it was. And as soon as I checked, it was 4:30 in the morning. I was like, crap, I gotta open in 5.5 hours. So I literally rushed home, changed, went to bed, slept for 3 hours, and now I've come back. Or I think I slept for 3 hours. Yeah, I slept for roughly about 3 hours. I'm still like, that exhaustion headache that you get, and so I'm at that level right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my breakfast in. I did a delayed close, and now it's snowing like crazy, so I don't think anyone's gonna come in soon. But I had it set to 12 o'clock because after I eat, I gotta do a quick restock order for both Coca-Cola and JFC, because JFC number one is my my Japanese food distributor, so I'm gonna get that restocked because we're running low on stuff again. But Coca-Cola, I have not restocked for over almost 2 months now, just because we've closed the gaming space, and I don't have gamers coming in buying Coca-Cola product and Monster. But we're at the point now where we're at the level where we can comfortably restock. I'm getting enough customers coming in asking to buy Monster cases from me because they want to support the shop. So thankfully, I have a decent size order to put in, so I'm gonna get that done, and then get tackling on that so I can finally finish it. I got 4 rows left to do. So that's about 60 pages out of 300. Yeah. Holy crap. I did 240 pages in the last 2 days. So I got 60 pages left. I'm almost done. So I'm going to get cracking. I think it was more than that. I have 15 rows. No, it's 300. Yeah. Wish me luck. Well, good morning. It is now Thursday, January 21st, my mother's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching this video. We're definitely going to be surprising her later today. But today, folks, it's the first time I walked into the store, and I have not been ashamed of looking at the cafe space. So nothing's on right now, but oh, it just feels so much better. Like, you walk in, you're just like, oh, it's not just a hodgepodge shelving unit and stuff like that. And it looks like it's meant to be. Let me just turn on the light in the kitchen. I gotta start cooking stuff here in a bit, but just like, close that. It just looks so much nicer. Holy crap. I miss having art, like, wall art. Just making it look, oh my goodness. And, I don't have all the furniture set quite yet, but I did set it up so, proper drinking area and eating area for people who want to come in and sit as groups and, sit down and eat and stuff like that. So I'm hoping once we're in the all clear and I narrow down my mini Mart section a little bit more, refine it a little bit better, we're going to be able to kind of shift everything down. And so the whole goal would be later on is we'll get actual retail shelving. So, those gondola units that grocery, like supermarkets have and stuff like that, we'll have a single row of that here. So that way, pretty much everything that I have in these 3 rows and on the side will fit literally just down this aisle. If I'm able to do that, then that means I free up this entire section. And so that means I can just literally, this is obviously post-COVID, but what I'm hoping to do is just open this entire space up here. So this is the cafe and eating area. So this is the proper lounging area. So people can just come in, work on their projects. They can sit down, enjoy their coffee, tea. Eventually, I will sell coffee. I apologize. Speaking of coffee, I drank my coffee and went down the wrong pipe earlier, so I'm still kind of rearing from that. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how this space really shapes up, because once I'm able to, that just makes the design for the future franchises that much easier too. And the thing is, obviously, every store is going to be shaped a little bit differently than others. So, but this is going to give a nice general idea on how each space should look like. And I'm really happy on the way it's going. So it's like honestly, the first time I walked into the store and I looked over this direction without the look of shame, because the wall was torn up from the previous vinyl art that we had to tear down, and it was just like, I did my best to always hide it, and I could never get the corner right. And I think for the first time I got like the cafe counter corner look a lot better. And so obviously this side is still hideous because it's just white walls for protections and barriers and whatnot. But someone told me I should just decorate with artwork right now, but I'm like, well, if it's going to come down anyway, this is definitely, so that might eventually come down to be replaced with a proper vinyl, but I didn't want to waste more time on here. Just, I don't have the time to decorate this section, but we'll work on it. But just overall though, the feeling is so much better. Oh God, it was worth it. It was worth the 2 weeks. The 2 overnights, the 20 plus hours, cue the montage. But yeah, so I have a meeting with a third-party financial checker today. So these are the people who are going to, like, it's not like a pre-approval, so it's not like a credit check or anything like that, but it's for those who are looking to franchise, and obviously they either might need to take a loan, or they might have to apply for like an SBA loan and whatnot. They're going to be able to go to this site, and it's just like any like auto finance checker or home equity, like home mortgage checker, where you plug in like, well, all right, what's your annual income? What are your current assets, XYZ, and it's just a basic calculation. Now, it doesn't do a credit check or anything like that. It's just an initial filter, essentially. So this company will pretty much handle that for us, as well as recommend any specific SBA loans or loans that could help cover them if they need to get financing to build a gamer's heaven. And so that also means I have to register with the Small Business Administration as an entity for the franchise portion of it. So this is, it's going to be a long conversation today. So hopefully that phone call goes well. And what I'm thinking now is, like, in the beginning, I actually tried to apply for a startup SBA business loan, but I did not qualify left and right for it. And it was because it was a startup business. Small SBA loans for a franchise is different. And so she's going to go over that with me, so I'll find out later today. But yeah, tune back in.
You got it?
Yep, I'm
Take
recording.
pictures while you do it.
Yeah.
Jen, look.
Jin, look.
Jen, look. What's this?
So
이렇게
should we sing
열어서.
first? Should we sing first?
뭐또팍 터지는 거 아니야?
Wait, should we sing first?
뭐 팍 터지는 거 아니야? 무서워.
Just open it.
Just open it.
아, 뭐가 되게 차가워.
냉장고에 있었어요.
Oh, look, they're still flapping. Woohoo! Oh no!
어머, 어떡해.
It's okay.
It's okay.
이놈의 새끼들. 어머, 이놈의.
Jin, look, ready? Look, it just flies.
준아, 이거 꽃이야. Come here.
Look, it's butterfly. Butterfly.
Oh my
Jin, look.
god.
Yeah, butterfly.
No. 준아, 뭐?
It's a butterfly. It's okay.
Oh my god.
Look.
It's a butterfly.
Oh,
Where did he learn this from?
Calling from Jen.
Jin, did you teach him that?
All right, Daniel. let's
Daniel,
go.
come on. Let's go.
No, we're not going back up.
Daniel, let's go. Jin, what do you want to watch? So while we were at Target earlier, found this thing right here, the Hot Wheels Super Ultimate Garage here. Like fits apparently over like 150, almost, I want to say over 100 cars at least, easy. I was originally wanting to get this for him, for the boys especially for Christmas because I saw it at Target before. But it was like $200. I was like, oh, I couldn't afford that and stuff like that. So we let it buy and everything. But I'm glad I waited because it went on like super clearance sale here. And I looked at my wife. I'm like, honey, that you can't say no to that price. And so and plus he does have a lot of Hot Wheels cars. So this, right now it's all off on the ground right now, but I was actually shocked at how much actually fit on this thing. He's having a blast too. I know it's not really meant for his age, but he's being entertained by this in a different way. Right, Daniel? You like it?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Jin, do you like this?
Yeah, this is coloring.
Yeah. I'm just glad I'm able to spend this kind of time with them for right now. Before, I hope things get busy, but the one thing that I don't look forward to when it does get busy, that I'm going to have less time with them. So I'm doing my best right now to at least spend as much time as possible before things start kicking off. Woohoo! Just making a mess. They're just making messes everywhere. Terrible. Well, he's not 2 yet. He's a year and a half, but terrible 2s eventually. Effing 4s. Effing freaking 4s. This guy. Right, Jin?
Yes.
Can you look at the camera? Turn around.
Yeah, but
Jin, look. Can you say yes?
yes.
Yes.
Really?
What are you doing, Daniel?
Really, Daniel?
Why don't you wipe it on mommy's pants? Jim, what did Daniel do?
Yay, he made mommy's pants dirty. How dare you?
He just said, I love you.
You love me?
What's going on, guys? Happy end of the month. Welcome to my horrendously looking basement right now. The ever-going project of trying to get this place organized so we can turn it into a pseudo office. It's 5.5 years of... Oh, jeez. It's kind of skipped there. Oh, God. But it's 5.5 years of... 6 years of just stuff that I've accumulated over the years. That's just kind of been piling up stuff. And slowly making my way through. have done a ton of trash removal, but there's still more to go. But first off, as I said in the video, just apologize for the lack of videos. It's been a kind of crazy 2 weeks, these last 2 weeks here. But pretty much my workload has been ramping up. And then with us hitting 500,000 followers on TikTok, my influencer responsibility to create daily content has been kicking into. So between the increased franchise work, the video workload, the store operations, obviously, and obviously spending as much time with my kids as possible, I've kind of gotten lost in terms of just like remember to record and stuff like that. But thankfully, I was able to find those few clips in there for you guys. But an update, kind of where we're at here at the end of the month now. So January, off to a pretty decent start. Forget the climate outside of here, but in terms of where we are as a store, we're still, we were really hoping to be ready to start negotiating and selling franchise contracts this week, but last week. But it looks like the lawyers are taking a little bit longer than expected to get back with the final draft for the FDD. But it should be any day now. I think this is the week where they might get back to me with some extra notes for the final submission, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Because the website, the website with all the information, the financial data, the third party, the financial institution that we're working with, their tracker, everything is all there. We're ready to go. We're just waiting for the final word from the legal team to be like, go, go, go. And so I'm really hoping that happens this week. But, just like I mentioned earlier in the video, obviously I'm doing my best to try to balance my work life a little bit, just because, while I'm afraid that we might not sell any contracts and, have done all this work for no sales, I'm also fearful of the opposite. In terms of, we have a little bit over 950 people who have signed up for information about franchising, and now I'm worried about, well, if I have to open up even like 50 to 100 stores next year, I'm not going to be home. And the thing is, I've already talked to my family about it. My wife's prepared, and obviously we're really hoping that this is the year that we can become somewhat financially stable. To give you guys perspective, it's not just during COVID, but throughout the last 5.5 years, I haven't paid myself. And my wife's been a stay-at-home mom for the last 3.5 years, 4 years now, ever since she gave birth to my oldest, June. And so how we have been getting by is between our respective families helping us out. And then obviously, from the store, we generated some income in order to help cover base expenses and whatnot. But it's been nothing we've been pretty much cash strapped for the last 5.5 years per se. And so I'm really hoping that it's, I can go ahead and start, not just myself, but my entire team can be on a proper salary, so that we can then, at least for this year, going on to next year, we can at least be like, all right, cool. Me and my family are making enough that we can now start sending my oldest at least to preschool. He can start going to preschool prep, and my youngest can start doing YMC programs and start getting back out there again. Obviously, after COVID's all done, there are different programs that are doing safe distance one-on-one things with the kids and whatnot. But my wife can start being more active with the children because we can afford to do so, and also not be so stressed at home, because we live with my parents right now, but they've also been struggling between the mortgage and everything else like that. And so we've been, this year's been a really true test of everything like that. And in the last 6 years, 6 years ago, before I started this company, this business, I was in a very stable job, rising up the ranks, good income, threw that all away to do this. And I really hope it's not going to be making it up to them, but it's like, all right, we're finally in a position where we can finally we can exist. I hate to say it like that, but no, it's that's a position I really hope to be in the next, I can say when I check back with you guys in a week or two, I can be like, hey, we're off to a great start, guys. But obviously with that, if it happens to be that we're going to be opening up a lot of stores this year, I'm going to be on the road a lot, because I'm making it a point to be at every location at least once or twice during the middle of their construction phase and as well as their opening phase, to be there. Obviously, I've been the face of the business right now, especially on TikTok, so people are going to be coming in And so I want to make sure that I'm there to show them that I'm here for them, and that the company that we'll be building. Speaking of which, if we happen to be opening up more than 10 stores, let's say, I'm going to need a team. And so if it's 10 plus stores, even more, I need to make a company very quickly. Because I've been one store. I've been a store. I haven't been a company. I've been a store for the last 5.5 years. Now I have to become a company overnight. And that means I need to delegate my work and put my trust in people and stuff like that too. And there's people who've been telling me like, well, why don't you just hire someone for that? Hire someone for that. I never had the income to do so. But this might be the first time that I can truly just delegate the work that I need to do and just focus on the expansion, operational support, and marketing side of the business to get the business where I want it to be. And so I look very forward to it. To be honest, I've been very stressed lately just because I've been in purgatory, because we still don't know if, we still haven't gotten the forms back to start selling franchisees, so we're still marketing and still focusing on the business operations side of things, but we're also not getting paid here. But then money could be coming in, and it's the great unknown right now. We have no idea how the next few months are going to play out, and so we're just like, we have our consulting bills that are going to be due very soon here, and we also have rent, and there's so many things going on right now that like my life is kind of going like it's like a tidal wave right now, just going back and forth, and it's been stressful. I'm not gonna lie. I've gone from, my emotions have gone from like being super excited to being super like pessimistic, just because of my depression, just kind of like it's always clashing. But I'm also grateful for that. It is up and down. I have my ups, and the downs will happen, but I do have my ups because there is hope. And I'm really glad that the community, so for those of you guys who don't follow me on TikTok, we actually achieved over 500,000 followers this past week. So right before the month ended, I was just like, let's go for 500,000, and we hit it. Like it's, I'm the more that we keep doing this and the more that we keep waiting, the community just keeps growing and growing, and it's just showing me that there is a need out there. And so I look very much forward to it. I think my message it's resonating with a lot of, not just the community members out there, but other people who've wanted to open up their own business for a long time. I think my vision and my messaging is really resonating, because for those of you who are looking into franchising, I really hope the reason that you're doing this is because you also felt or feel the same way I did, in terms of, I guess, sick and tired of waiting for someone else to do this. I get that you can go off and build this business on your own. You can just look at it and you're just copying, but you don't have my future plans. You don't have what's in here on paper or what you want to do. And, and the current businesses that have existed, they may adapt and change, but the one downside is they weren't set up that way from the beginning. And they never had that mentality on someone. So they were focused on catering to one part of the community while ignoring the other side for the longest time. So me as a consumer, why would I trust them to have our best interest in mind? And that's just straight up business. There's nothing wrong with these stores or the other businesses that have existed for years. But if a certain group's not being taken care of and someone else comes along, I'm going to focus on that. And then I'm going to focus on the people who want to focus on the community aspect of it and building the business. So if that means walking away from contracts, I will. Money's important, yes. Yes, we have to make money and everything like that. But my whole thing is I want to do this ethically. And I'm doing this with my mission statement and my philosophy in mind. If people aren't on board with that, or if I get a sense that that's not what's important to them, I am going to walk away from that franchise fee and the potential revenue that can come in with it, because I don't trust them to be taking care of not only the community base there, but the team that's going to represent this brand and me ultimately. And so I have a very, very tough job ahead, because, oh God, I look forward to it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I thought the last 5.5 years, 6 years, all the sacrifices, pain, depression, everything that we've went through, that was its own thing. now I have a new set of challenges. I'm dealing with a bigger scale of things, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't downplay that. Trust me, everything that I went through the last 5 years, I do not wish that upon even my worst enemies. Maybe my worst enemies, but it's a different scope. You know, the whole phrase, more money, more problems. You can, you know, when someone's like, oh, if you open up 100 stores, like, you're an instant millionaire. I'm like, no. Now I have to go ahead and I have to hire on a full support staff, operational staff, inventory staff, distro, merchandise, marketing, tech support, implementation teams, quality control teams, accounting. And I have to make sure that every location is doing everything up to par for my standards. And so that's going to disappear very quickly. It's just in my pocket and I walk away. That's what kind of a business and company is that? And the scope, every decision I make is not only going to affect the frontline consumers and the community members, but it's going to affect the livelihoods of the franchise owners, the employees, the managers, and the workers that work there, their careers and lives. My decisions affect everyone, and I need to be prepared for that. And that's something that's not you're not always going to be ready for, but you just have to once you're in that position, you have to do your best to surround yourself with people who are not only going to support you but question you. I don't want a bunch of yes men around me. I want a bunch of people that are going to question me, challenge me, and push me to make the best decision possible. Will I make the right decision, the perfect decision every time? No. But if I can keep making good decisions along the way, eventually it should yield a good result. But doesn't mean it's always going to work out. But God, there's just so much to do. But I do apologize, guys. I will do my best to do more, shooting of my life and stuff like that for you guys. But worst case scenario, I might just do like a weekly recap video for you guys like this. Just kind of like, it's a good way for me too, to kind of like not only document my journey along the way, where I was at that point in time, but just kind of like, this is like, I'm technically talking to a camera right now. No one's in front of me. I'm pretending you guys are in front of me right now. But it's a kind of a good way for me to kind of like recap the week, gather my thoughts, and get ready for the next week. So I'm going to make this a habit to try to do. Maybe I'll turn it to a live stream. I don't know. We'll figure something out here. There's so much to do. Oh my God. But I'm going to go ahead and end it there. There's actually got to render this video right now so that the computer resources can be freed up so I can work on some other things. Because I got to work on I have to recreate the entire inventory on a list Excel spreadsheet for that's a whole nother conversation. But we're going to go. But quickly, thank you to all of those that recently just joined on this channel. I know a huge influx of you just came from TikTok, so thank you very much, guys, for following. I know the content on this channel is a little bit lackluster right now, but as soon as I transition out of my storefront operations and focus purely on the franchises and stuff, I'll have more time to do more media related things. So we're going to work on that there. But if you haven't already subscribed yet and you watched this part of the video, please do consider subscribing, as it does help the algorithm. Please also leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. Double whammy, triple threat. It'll help us out there and stuff like that. But also let me know if you have any questions. I may not be able to get back to everything, but if I can make a video answering your question because it might be a relevant topic for this channel or for people out there, I'll be more than happy to do so. But whatever time of the day of the world it is that you guys are watching this video, please have a good day, good morning, and good evening. See you guys next time. Thank you.